All right, we are up and running again with the tongue. I want to stick my tongue out at you again. So if you look inside the mouth, you can see right here to the side. Again, we have a fat pad, the buccal fat pad, which is important to give a little flesh to your cheek. Provides a little cushioning, a little insulation. Directly below that, remember we said it was deep, is the buccinator. Again, that muscle that lines the inside of the cheek. Got a bunch of teeth in here. We didn't do teeth when we did bones. We're not going to worry about them now. The tonsils are back here, but we care about the surface of the tongue and the muscles involved in moving it. So if you look at the surface of the tongue, there's all these little bumps. And if you look at the front, about 2/3 of the tongue, they're very tiny bumps. Those are the fungiform papilla. In the back here, these larger bumps, these are the volate papilla. Now, if you think about it, when you go to take a drink of something and you want to test it to see if it's hot, you might stick just the end of your tongue into it to see if it's hot or not. Well, why would you use the end of your tongue? Because the really valuable papilla, the volate papilla, are in the back. They're not going to get burned. The fungiform, fungus, mushrooms. Nobody likes mushrooms. Yeah, I don't care about those. They'll recover. All the mushroom lovers just got mad at me. I'm sorry. Don't come for me. Back here, dangling in the back, the uvula. If we strip a lot of this away and we go in to look at the a side view, we have the dorsal surface of the tongue. That's right. This right there is the back of the tongue. The ventral surface of the tongue is underneath where all of this musculature is attached. All of the tongue muscles that we're interested in, they all end in glossus. They're tongue muscles, and they're named for where they attach. So we have the styloglossus up here from the styloid process, the little pointy thing on the skull that's right just back deep in here behind the mastoid process. Mastoid process would be right there. The auditory point right here where your ear attaches. The styloid process right here. So this is the styloglossus. The hyoglossus is kind of a sheet of muscle right here that connects the hyoid to the dorsal surface of the tongue. And then the genioglossus connects the tongue here to the back of the mandible, to a part that has now left me exactly what it is, but it's the genioglossus connects right here at the back of the mandible. So your tongue, actually, the styloglossus is back here. The hyoid is down here. The genioglossus, the back of the mandible here, that's all tongue musculature in there. And then running down through all of this, you have your trachea and your epiglottis leading down to the digestive and the respiratory systems running through this musculature. Your immune system, we've got our tonsils back in here. We've talked about those before. And of course, we have our old dangly friend, punching bag, uvula. I can't resist this awkward Yeti comic. I keep throwing it in. Tongue is like, I can't even remember your name. Dangly thing? Uvula. So if we go through and name everything, again, let me get my arrow. Oh, if I try to paste, it's going to paste something else in. So line. A professional would go through and reshoot this until they got it right, but I believe in you being part of the whole process. So we have the dorsal surface of the tongue. We have the fungiform papilla in the front, the volate papilla in the back. We have the Styloglossus muscle. We have the Hyoglossus muscle connecting to the hyoid bone. We have the Genioglossus muscle connecting to the mandible. And these all connect in to the tongue. Looking from the front, the only things we care about here, the fungiform papilla, the volate papilla, the fungiform papilla in the front, the volate papilla in the back, and the uvula. We identified the buccal fat pad and the buccinator, but those are not going to be asked for on a quiz. On a quiz from a picture like this, we're going to ask for these other things. The uvula, the volate papilla, the fungiform papilla, the volate papilla, the uvula, the dorsal surface of the tongue, the Styloglossus, the Hyoglossus, and the Genioglossus. Those are the ones that we care about.